Hi guys, it's Ian from E2A Educate to Accumulate. It is Thursday, the 7th of April 2022. It's about 10 to 10 in the morning in the UK. This morning I'm concentrating on the New Zealand dollar. Yesterday it was the turn of the Swiss franc, was managed to catch a Aussie Swiss short trade which has been closed out overnight. So let's get to the charts. So here, these are trading view charts. I've got my basket charts of New Zealand dollar. So these are the only currency pairs that I'm concentrating on today. And I'm also looking at buying dips in the New Zealand dollar. So I'm going to start with New Zealand dollar against US dollar, and I'm going to break down all these other cross currencies. So here I've got some support located at 168.85. I've got no reversal pattern as yet. Got to take care on some of these trades because I do believe they're counter trend trades. So looking at the big picture, we did get a trigger up here to sell New Zealand dollar, and if we scroll all the way down, it looks like it's going to form a larger pattern. So just going to the cipher patterns. So in other words, the next leg lower is going to be the dominating trend, but there is scope for a counter trend to the upside. So as long as we've got that in the back of our heads, then obviously money management, risk management, everything else should come into play. Euro, New Zealand, here we've got a resistance level at 158.93. We've got a 261.8% fib just above that, but I think the 61.8% is going to play out. We have seen a move to the downside this morning. That is on euro weakness. It's got nothing to do with the New Zealand dollar whatsoever. New Zealand dollar has actually tracked sideways this morning. So what I'm potentially looking for here, and again, it will be a counter trend trade, is something like that. So forming a Gartley formation and basically trading the BC leg to the downside. So up to now, these are all highlighting counter trend trades, and as long as we've got that in the back of our minds, then we should be okay and not run or try and bleed these for too long. Sterling New Zealand, I think this is going to play out. We have got some resistance at 189.76. We have seen a reaction to the downside at 189.76, but looking at sterling, sterling still looks quite strong, and it's actually broken through resistance. So any pullbacks in sterling should be short-lived, and the bias is now to the upside. So yes, we've had a reaction here. We have actually had some reversal formations in shorter time frames, but I think this is going to be the prime level. And the reason why I think that's going to be the prime level is because the New Zealand dollar has not hit its support location yet. So 189.96 is prime, and again for a counter trend trade to the downside to then take us higher. And if we look at a big picture, we just talked about this in the Telegram group, that will potentially then make a large head and shoulders pattern. So sort of coming down, something like this. So probably forward thinking it a little bit too much at the moment, and more on concentrating on this level here. Looking at the weekly chart, again trying to understand where the long-term trend is. The potential for a long-term trend to the upside now is quite strong. We've got on the weekly up to now, we've got a very nice doji style candle. It could be seen as an inverted hammer, and a hammer, not an inverted hammer. Inverted hammers are at the top, and that could give the potential for a long-term move towards 210.67 to form this Gartley formation. So caution on the counter trend trade. Again, all of these different cross currencies are highlighting the potential of a stronger move in New Zealand dollar in the other direction. So this is only counter trend. New Zealand Swiss, we've got support at 64.24, and again that is a 61.8% fib level. So when we're looking at this, and again going back to cipher patterns, as long as we understand that we're in corrective legs, then we're obviously not expecting to bleed these trades. These are just counter trend trades, intraday trades, not swing trades. New Zealand yen, and again going back to this time frame here, I haven't got support until 84.25, which is way off, but the BC leg, it can be short, but we'll wait and see, especially when we're looking at the shorter time frame. If we look at this, sorry, if we look at this shorter time frame, then this move higher this morning just looks like a small counter trend trade in a 5-wave pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down in 5. So not the best cross to play a New Zealand long, I don't think. I think because of that leg coming lower to that 261.8% extension level. New Zealand CAD, this looks quite promising because we've got a fib here. Sorry, we've got a bespoke support level here that will probably line up when New Zealand dollar hits the support level. So it's a 4-hour chart, and here we're actually playing the CD leg, and I prefer playing the CD legs because I know where the target is and I know where the stop is. So in other words, if I took a long position here, I was lucky enough to get in long, then my risk reward is about 7.5 to 1. Because I know where my target is, and like I said, if it goes below the swing low, then this cipher pattern is null and void. So the favoured pair out of the lot probably being New Zealand CAD. Canadian dollar haven't really got anything on, and Aussie, it's just Aussie against New Zealand dollars just keeps on driving to the downside, and that would favour an Aussie short, New Zealand long trade idea. And like I said, no support really seen until 107.68. So just to highlight what we're talking about potentially buying dips, not now, but buying dips in the New Zealand dollar, looking for counter currencies to trade that again. New Zealand CAD looks prime. These are counter trend trades apart from New Zealand CAD, which actually looks like an aggressive impulse trade to the upside, and that would obviously mean Canadian dollar, oil, etc. Should push lower. Have we got any data this afternoon from Canada? Let's have a quick look. My FX Street calendar. No. We've got initial jobless claims from the US. We've got the Canadian annual budget release. It's a low impact report. Maybe not. There's no nat gas storage later on. That's at 3:30. But apart from that, not a lot. Okay, guys, best of luck. If you want to join our Telegram group, then the link for the Telegram group is at the bottom of the YouTube narrative. If you like the video, please like it. If you don't like it, please let us know why. If you want to join the Telegram group, it's completely free of charge. Many thanks.